Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage. We are back from Carlisle and Hershey, and we figured we'd do a little video on the engine that we picked up. We bought a whole entire trailer load of Flathead stuff from a guy at Carlisle. He was just selling out. He was done with building early Fords, and he sold us the whole trailer load of stuff in one go, and in it was a Flathead engine. So we figured we'd document our process when we get these engines, what we do, and we'll take you along for a ride, and whether it's good or it's a dud, we will show you what happens, and fingers crossed, hopefully we'll have a good engine that we can put in an old hot rod. So let's get started.
There we go. All right. Yep.
Hey, and it set itself down. All right, so got it on a run stand. Anytime we get a mystery engine like this, you just got to play detective and see what they were doing or what had happened. We noticed that there was some bolts missing out of the intake on that, which makes us wonder if somebody had pulled it apart, didn't like what they see, and half put it back together. We don't know, or maybe they just had it slightly apart to pull the plug wires and stuff off. So we're gonna probably pull this intake because we always keep a spare intake with a good carburetor and fuel pump and everything right here. So we're gonna swap that out, and then we can see what the valve train, or at least in the valley, what it looks like, and see if it's maybe got adjustable tappets. Who knows? It's got these dress-up head bolt or head nut covers, so we're hoping maybe, fingers crossed, there's, you know, a camshaft,
There's good stuff in there.
Winfield cam, and adjustable tappets. Probably not,
good
but
stuff.
never know. So we'll get this intake off and show you guys what we find.
Yeah, the engine doesn't look bad.
Looks like it was stored somewhat decently. Might also mean it was a junk engine that was in a running car.
You never know. Go.
See what kind of persuading it's gonna need. Alright. Looks dirty and stock.
It does.
Greasy and
That's
oily.
exactly right.
Alright, so looks like you would expect a used old engine to be all that great old oil in there that's turn back into dinosaur blood. Yeah, so it looks like it has, turn the light this, there you go. It looks like it's just got stock lifters in it.
Yep.
I don't see anything modified or different, so this engine, so far, it doesn't look like it's really, if it was rebuilt, it was done with stock lifters. So it is a 59 AB engine for anybody just learning. 59 is right on the block that tells you it's a 59 AB. A lot of times you can't just go by the heads because these heads will interchange on a 40 engine or whatever. So yeah, so now we saw that, we can throw our other intake on. We'll probably turn this thing over by hand. Just make sure all the valves and stuff everything's moving as it should. And then we're gonna actually swap the distributor out. Right now we don't have a good 2-bolt distributor that's ready to go. A lot of times the points are all corroded or the condenser is bad. So to save ourselves some trouble, we're just gonna swap. We have a good 3-bolt distributor, so you can just swap the timing cover, put a spacer plate on it, and bolt it, or not spacer plate, a button.
Well, you got it. Yeah, if you swap.
Yeah. Button or spacer plate, I always mix it up. But anyways, we're gonna swap the cover out because we have a good distributor ready to go. We can just bolt on and plug in just to see if this thing will make some noise. So we're gonna make that couple little swaps there, and then we'll put the intake back on and check the plugs and all that stuff, and we'll see if we can just get it to make noise, number one. That's the first thing. Let's see, does it even have oil in it? Oh, it does.
Nice.
It looks like old, gross, heavy.
Oh yeah.
Old, heavy oil.
Right, with lots of wax, lots of paraffin in it. Lots of wax. Yikes.
I mean, it's not like...
No, I mean, it's still oil. It's just oil. Old oil is nasty stuff.
Yeah, we probably... I don't know if we want to dump some in or just try and fire it with this oil. I hate to waste oil.
Yeah.
The oil is up to the...
If the oil's up to the level, you can just leave it. Yeah.
I mean, it's at the safe line. Maybe we may want to dump like a quarter cell into it if we want to make it. But I think we could crank it over and make sure we get oil pressure.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It'll be enough to make noise.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna check for spark here. Got our battery on the charger. Hopefully it's got enough juice to crank it over.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Oop. Yep. We had a spark over here.
Oh, was that? I tightened. That's odd.
Of course, our battery's partially dead because we forgot to charge it, but we're gonna try the jump pack and every other method, see if we can make some noise. That was a good sign. Nothing
Nothing
yet.
in the carb yet. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try doing the brake clean.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
We are.
I don't hear anything, but... Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, good. Idled right away.
Oh my goodness.
Don't get our hopes up too much because
Right.
there's many other hurdles to jump.
Hey, you know what? It runs. It's got oil pressure. It idles beautiful.
That's a good step.
Yes, it is.
Hey guys, Mike. Quick interruption to today's video. Some merch news. So we still have some remaining sizes of the IronTrap equipped and the shop sign shirt. Once they're gone, they are gone. So if you're interested in grabbing some, do so now. Flathead designs are all restocked. The only thing we don't have right now is long sleeve and black t-shirts of the Flathead design in medium. I'll be ordering some of them, but everything else is restocked up on the website. The other thing up on the website is our 2024 calendar and our newest t-shirt design. We use the killer Ford crest design that Hot Rod Jen put on the door of Big Red. That is now available on a t-shirt. Calendar and t-shirt are both pre-orders. They are available from now till the middle of November for pre-order. Orders will start shipping around the first week of December. So if you're interested, head to the website. Link is in the description below to grab both of those. The shirt comes in black, red, and gray. Depending on how well it does, it may become a new regular shirt for us. So after the video, head to the website, order yourself a calendar and a new t-shirt. We appreciate the support. Catch you guys later.
All right, so we got a new improved Radiator set up. Our old one used to just pour liquid all over the distributor, and that would cause a problem after running for a while. And one of the engines we ran, one of the last times, had a mouse nest in it, and it sent it through the radiator, and we no longer trusted that old radiator. So I just bought, for literally $100 on eBay, I bought the cheapest 32 style radiator, aluminum radiator. It's a little thinner than what we had before, but this one is not going to have mousy goodness in it, so it should work for our run stand, we hope. And we made some little adapters. It's got the 8BA style smaller hoses, so I machined up and welded up this little adapter. We had another one sitting around, so we're basically ready to fire this thing. We fired it for just a few seconds last week, and it ran and had decent oil pressure, but now it's the real test, as everybody knows. It's will it run and hold water and not overheat, or put compression into the cooling system. So we're going to find out.
Go ahead.
Usual?
No, 130 to 140, all 8 of them.
It is awfully quiet, smooth.
Yeah.
It slowed down with the smoke.
Yep.
And smoking out the breather down here. That still is a little bit, but that can be expected on a used engine.
Yep.
We'll see.
I can't believe how smooth that thing runs. That's really good.
Stock Flathead.
Yep.
Ooh. That's not good. Woo. That's that stinky old oil that's in it.
Yeah, it is.
I might, if I had to guess, if it is a decent engine, that's why they pulled it. It probably had a bunch of blow-by.
Yep. That would seem to be the case.
Which is better than being cracked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Look at it all coming outside.
Oh, yeah, that's oil. I mean,
That's almost like it's got a broken ring or something. That's
right, yeah, as bad as that is. Yeah, look at the breather again.
I would doubt that that's more we run these engines, it's kind of like a normal procedure. I don't know if we ever talked about this. We got this, for anybody that's looking to do this, we bought one of these cheap on Amazon IR thermometers. It's really nice because we have a gauge on our run stand, but we've had where an engine's cracked, you're able to identify like which side's hot or which cylinder's hot. So with this, Steve just walks around and shoots all the different cylinders. We shoot the radiator top and bottom just to get an idea of what's going on. And while the gauge gives us a good idea overall what the engine's doing, the IR thermometer works really, really nice. And then we usually just take our phone and we hit start and run a little stopwatch so we can get an idea. We have kind of a baseline for most flatheads with this run stand. Now this radiator changes our settings a little bit, if you will, but we have a rough idea. We usually know within 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, if it's cracked.
If it's cracked within 5 to 7 minutes, one side of the engine will just be like 210 degrees or 200 degrees, and the other side will still be 140, 150.
Yep.
So right now we're at, what are we showing on the gauge?
Gauge, we're just about up to 180.
Okay.
160, 155.
And what are you seeing, like
160.
140, 155,
145.
yeah. And then what we'll do is shoot the cylinders like at the plugs. So we're looking for something where there's one that's like, we've had where there's a crack and one cylinder's getting washed down and it's like it's being cooled, so it's running a lot cooler. So 207, 211, 203, 206, 213. So everything's looking pretty good on this thing. Again, we're just idling, no fan. We just get a rough idea. It's just like worst case scenario. This is every flathead owner's nightmare, sitting just idling with no fan in traffic for 20 minutes.
190.
Okay. So the other thing is we're looking just to make sure that the temperature isn't spiking. So it's just been slowly going up. Turn our little fan on. We're at about 16 minutes, so it's almost to 200, but it's been slowly creeping. Again, with like a baby fan on now, it's slowed it down. So I think that's, try shutting it off. Yep. All right, so we've always found after anywhere from 15 to 17 minutes with almost any good flathead, if it just sits here and idles with no fan or just this little baby fan, and it takes about that long to get to 195, 200 degrees, that seems to be a good flathead as far as cracks and stuff goes. This is kind of like our foolproof way. Of course, you can pressure test them and all of that type of stuff, but when you get an engine like this that's from a swap meet or sitting in a guy's garage, this is the only way, in my opinion, to really test an engine and say that it is in fact good, because if it can run for...
You got to get it hot.
Yeah, because we've seen a lot of weird stuff happen where after, 5 minutes it's okay, but 6 minutes or 7 minutes, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
So this one, with my detective work, I would say is probably the excessive blow-by was probably why it was pulled out of a car. I would hope maybe that it's, Steve and I were talking about, maybe it's a ring that's chipped or broken or something like that. So I would say at this point we could pull this engine apart this winter and do what we're jokingly calling a farmer's rebuild, or a hillbilly rebuild, but realistically this is what guys were doing back in the day anyway. So if we can take this apart, get a set of rings and gap them, and maybe if the cylinders are a little on the loose side, we could gap them a little more, give a little less gap, and and see what we can get it to do. But hopefully we'll see a smoking gun. It seemed to be that this side, the passenger side, was smoking it a lot more than the driver's side.
Yep.
So hopefully we take this apart and there's one cylinder that we're seeing that the ring's just chipped or broken or you know, whatever, and we can just replace that and it's good to go, because it held good oil pressure. So everything else is decent.
Yep,
So.
the temperature was good, the oil pressure was good, just
And it idled smooth. There wasn't any
like glass.
Yeah, there wasn't much weirdness. So I think this one is this was a swap meet win, so to speak. We couldn't put it in a car tomorrow, but it's one I think we can, with a little work, get going. Hard to ignore that. Yeah, I don't think we just want to throw that in and go. But, all right, so that was a semi-successful run with this engine. We've had a lot of bad luck over the past summer or year with Flatheads that seemed like they were good and they were cracked and basically junk engines. This engine, while it did smoke some where we think maybe there's a ring that's broken or stuck or something, it did not overheat. It actually ran quite well, so I think we can deem this one good to continue forward with. I think what we may do is pull the heads and pull the engine apart and clean it, inspect it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's just some rings or something like that. But we'll see once we dig in further. But just wanted to show you guys the process for running a unknown junkyard or swap meet engine. And this time it worked out pretty good. So thank you guys for following along. Appreciate it. Catch you later.